Deeper and deeper we go into the Vault 11, and frankly, way too many big heavy doors. Just, I guess they're fail safes for the whole thing collapse. Ah! Did you hit me, or is my health just not full already? Somebody set traps around here. Y'all really did hate each other. This should be the overseer's room. There's a hockey mask? I think they were the killer. There you go. Solved it. Gonna need that administrator key. Well, that's not supposed to be like that.
Okay, I guess we're doing this.
Doing what? Where? All I'm seeing is a bunch of friendly rats. Ah! Oh! Oh! It still hit me. I was so far away, you prick. Ow. How have you guys not tripped these? This place has roaming... This place is full of roaming rats and bugs. How are the traps still active? Fixer, 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 fixer. No. Man, holding my hammer out makes it so hard to see. Oh my god. You really wanted to take somebody out. Ah. Well, that's a bit of a probbers. Do 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 do. Oh, we don't. Not really a drowning threat here. Fixer, fixer, fixer. Aw. You know, I wouldn't trust that doctor's bag, given where I found it. If I had wounded limbs, I don't think I'd use the tepid vault water doctor's bag to cure it. This is the same room again. It would appear I missed it. Oops, I accidentally drank the rad water. Welp! I do have pretty good endurance, so I'm pretty resistant to radiation. Usually does not turn out that poorly for me.
I've been doing this longer than you, pal.
I guess it's time to leave? I can look at security. This is where we came from. I guess I could look into if I can open up the overseer's computer.
Don't worry, boss. With my cataracts, you only sort of look like the bad guys.
We never did get in there, and there are enemies in there apparently, so you probably can. Well, that's not good. Yeah, this is new. Very different kind of door. I swear, it takes several seconds for me to raise my hammer. I usually have a moment of like, did I do it wrong? Should I be worried? I'm trying to draw my hammer. It's the closest thing it has to a downside. But you could just run around without ever putting it away. It's just that it makes you move slow. Or more importantly, you can't really see much. So exploration kind of blows. Oh, can't open that door without lockpicking. Ah. Every second I'm touching this water, I am slowly gaining rads. Ooh, irradiated sunset sarsaparillas from in here? My hero, I'm gonna drown. I'm going to drown. You, oh, you fuckers. Companion mod killed me. They drowned me. Okay, so this is a place to heal, to breathe. Every time you choose to go a little deeper, you just have to hope it's not the end of you. Hey, they're swimming now! Look how cute they are. Who's got an evil glowing eye? Cha, you do. So can't open from the side either. Guess the AI is just not going to navigate in here. Hi.
Here we go.
Oh, well, they fought something somewhere. The Atrium Terminal. Prepared speech of Gus Olson, ombudsman. Prepared speech for the annual overseer election. Good afternoon. Each year it is the appointed task of the ombudsman, a word I've never heard before, not only to officiate the election, but also to chronicle it in hopes that after the last overseer has finished his term and walked to his death in the chamber beneath his office, the vault has become still. That one day, some excavator from humanity, or perhaps some yet unknown race of super beings, might find our records and incorporate them into historical canon. But lately it's occurred to me That's not really why. I think the real reason we do it is because we want to believe that somewhere in the archives there's an answer to all of this. Or perhaps there will be one when the historical records are completed and the whole story is told. We want it to make sense. To understand why the Vault's mainframe will kill us if we do not offer one of our own as a yearly sacrifice. To fully comprehend why we continue to have these elections despite the unfettered corruption that has plagued it for what must be decades now. There was a simpler time when elections meant shaking hands and kissing babies, but now with the rise of voting blocks and this infestation of bribery, drug trafficking, smuggling, and God knows what else, we want to know why. Well, I've been through the archives and I can tell you, you won't find the answer there. You'll find an account of the first overseer who entered the vault as the only citizen aware of the sacrifices that would have to take place. But he didn't have the answers either. If he did, surely he would have foreseen the citizens' anger when he broke the news. Surely he would have guessed that they would want to choose a sacrifice democratically, in the way that the citizens are accustomed to washing our hands of terrible deeds, and that his name would be at the top of the polls, and that the simultaneous vacancy of Overseer and Martyr would forever fuse the two positions here in Vault 11. But he didn't. He had the answers no more than any of us, and the records state that after the citizens discovered that the sacrificial chamber's password was his wife Betty's first name, and his door was unsealed so he could be offered to the first sacrifice, he walked down into that room crying like a child. I can only wonder if there are no answers to be found, and we are just going along with this because we don't see another choice. Nevertheless, I still hold on to hope that we can find one. I urge you all to take the journey I took, to remember that it wasn't so long ago that we were ruled by our civility and dignity, and those were times when we didn't have to be quite so ashamed. Thank you. And that was a speech. So now I know the password to the terminal.
I guess that could have gone worse.
You just casually killed someone or something. They never changed the password? All this time they left the password as being the first overseer's wife? This seems like an oversight. Haha, get it? Oversight? Betty. I thought it might be an audio log, but it's just the same text again. Things are looking better for Betty and me. Making us a robot that's just like me, only better. I haven't thought of that song for a while. Was it a robot? Was it? Wait, no. Because Betty said he'll be smarter, and Betty said he'll be stronger.
Bad guys.
They said that our baby will be better than me. I think that's the premise. I have not thought about that for a while. I did step on a mine again, but I guess it wasn't that big of a deal. Casual shrugging off of mines. Are there more, you dickhead? God. There's so many. So this looks like, it looks like a war broke out ultimately that took this place out. There's like defenses and bodies that do not seem to like they were necessarily individually sacrificed. So like all of Vault experiments, this was just a cruel thing to do to people, and it ended badly. I'm trying to remember now, what was Vault 101's test? Like, what was wrong with Vault 101? Because I can't remember what was up, or if anything was even happening in that one. 'Cause that was, I think that was the name of the vault that you started in Fallout 3. Oop, Nuka-Cola. Why not? Get tiny amounts of caps very slowly. I believe that's an empty sarsaparilla, yep. So from the very beginning, it just became the thing to do, that you would elect a new overseer every year, they would rule for 1 year, and then they'd be executed as a sacrifice at the end of their term. Because otherwise the vault would apparently murder everyone. 18 dirty water. Let's not make that mistake, that'd be heavy. Uh-oh. Okay, I got stuck. I got very stuck. Okay. Let's head back out. Let's try to use the password. This is where I can't. Fuck. Okay. Vault 11 living quarters, and everyone down there at all. Oh, this is. Oh, vault maps are brutal in this game. Cafeteria. Or just was. So we go through here into the water. I can't open that door, so I have to go all the way back around. Yeah, okay. I think all of this water was after the overseer's office. Rats. Am I going the right way now? Overseers. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Whew. That's not how you spell Betty. Open the sacrificial chamber. Alright, everyone, who's first? What do you think it does to people in there? I'm thinking of like outer worlds all of a sudden. Ah. That's not a good sign. Cool musical sting.
Congratulations, martyr. Your fantastic journey is only just beginning. Please proceed to the light. The light is calming and puts your mind at ease. Go to the light. Welcome. Please sit in the chair. The show is about to begin.
Happy trails.
Greetings, martyr, and welcome. If you're here now, it means you've been offered up as a sacrifice so that your vault can continue to thrive. Currently, you may be feeling sad or angry. Perhaps you never got to have grandkids or to enjoy the pleasures of a fresh cigar. But march with your chin held high, soldier, and remember that each of us has an important role to play. For some people, their role might be to heal the sick. For others, it might mean they will drive a race car or fly a rocket ship. And some of us are meant to forfeit our lives for the good of the people. Sure, it might not be as fun as driving a race car, but it's every bit as important. Let's take a moment to reflect on the moments that made your life worth living.
It's every
Think
bit.
about that time you kissed your steady girl for the first time under the bleachers at the big game. Or when you snuck out after curfew to catch that new flick that your parents wouldn't let you see because it was too scary. Boy, were they right. And who could forget when you met the love of your life? What a looker. These are just examples. Do you feel that feeling stirring in your chest as you think of these things? Good. What you are feeling is peace. You've led a great life. Living it has been its own reward. But it is only the beginning. Close your eyes now and imagine what joys await you in the next life. The afterlife. Can you see them? Good.
I may have suffered a few ouchies. Why does everything have to explode when I hit it? Okay. Not gonna lie, that really sounds like the whole, like, look at the flowers speech. So I thought they were just gonna shoot me in the back of the head more definitively and cleanly. But no, it's just a fucking entire arsenal of robots? You're gonna tell me that Obsidian went and pulled the same trick again in another game later? That's wow, that would have... If I had either played or remembered this particular mission from this game, which I don't remember if I did the first time, then that probably would have been a lot of foreshadowing for when it comes up later. Like the same fucking idea. Except the reason when people are there is different. Because in Outer Worlds, they were specifically being promised a good thing. They were supposed to work their whole lives towards the goal of being murdered in the basement. But here, it's a threat that then is just true. After there was almost like a facade with the lights and all the setup and goofiness, I kind of thought that this might be like, just kidding. This was all an experiment. Turns out the death that happens isn't even real. You go on to like another vault where all of the martyrs hang out, and the horrible irony would be that the people that are being fake executed put such an emotional pressure on everybody in the original vault that they ended up killing each other over this. When all along there was no real stakes and everyone was going to be fine. I'm actually a little surprised that there is actually a murder. And not just that kind of gut punch. Override lockdown. System recording Vault 11 solution. Automated response Vault 11 solution. System recording, no. Under miscellaneous. Search the vaults in the region for a reverse pulse cleaner. Hmm. I'm not sure what the items were I just picked up. The fact that the vase is just fine. I know there's like there's like a comedy element to it. But it feels like they should be like, ah, are you thinking about that thing right now? Are you achieving inner peace? And like in the middle of discussing that, they should just shoot you. As opposed to like the very obvious like cut to black, here it comes, here's your death moment. But I mean, if they were in any way humane, then they wouldn't have created this scenario to begin with. So I don't really know what I'm expecting at that point. Rats. Bow, bow, bow. I don't think I've been in here specifically yet. Nope. Bug Stomper. Oh, that's a good timing for a milestone, the last enemy in the area. I don't know why I'm still doing this when I don't need money anymore ever again. Deposition. Excerpt from the deposition of the defendant Catherine Stone by Vault Attorney Gerard Miles. Q. Who is Q? I guess question and answer. Yeah, not people's names. Okay, let's pick this up where we left off, Kate. Catherine. Sorry. Right. Catherine. I keep forgetting. My husband calls me Kate. You were telling us of a discussion you allegedly had with Roy Gottlieb of the Justice Block. Not allegedly. Had. We've been through this. It's still just your word against his, Miss Stone. But please, the discussion. He said my husband's name had come up in their meetings. The candidate endorsement meetings? Yes. They were going to endorse him. He wouldn't say why, but I know my husband had a regular poker game with some of them. He's been on a winning streak lately. And according to you, what did Mr. Gottlieb offer? He said he could sway his block, prevent the endorsement, but only if you what, Catherine? Only if you performed sexual favors. Yes. Was this just for Mr. Gottlieb? No. All the block leadership. They're friends. And you agreed. What else could I do? They had a majority. How long did this go on before the endorsement came out? I don't know. A month, maybe? And when they came out, and your husband was endorsed despite your supposed agreement, was this when you decided to kill members of the block? Yes. I thought their majority is pretty slim. If I thinned things out a little, especially in the leadership, someone else might get elected. Assuming you weren't caught. No, Mr. Miles, I expected to be caught. That was my best chance. Now they'll elect me. A confessed murderer? You think voters would be willing to risk putting you in charge? They have to pick somebody and live with their reasons. Yes, but wait and see. Damn. Specifically chose to die to protect their husband. The system is distressing. It's all bad and fucked. Also just not generally fond of the upsetting narrative of, oh, by the way, this person was sexually coerced under the system. That's just some rough territory to navigate. I think we're about done here.